So we're here today at the Guernsey Oregon Trail Ruts. So this gives you a really good indication of the Oregon Trail. Look at how it's coming from Missouri, part of Kansas, into Nebraska. We're gonna hit Fort Laramie. We're right on the west side of Fort Laramie, right here. Now it goes through Casper, and then it can span off California Trail, Oregon Trail, and the Mormon Pioneer Trail. Again, this is all like 1840s to the late 1860s, when you have like it says here 500,000 pioneers journeying west. And this area is basically where all the trails came together. So we're here at the parking lot. We're gonna walk up here to the trail ruts, and you can kind of see them. And these are ruts through a rock of the wagons, the wheels made in the rock as they came across on the Oregon Trail. It says here, wagon wheels cut solid rock, carving a memorial to empire builders. How neat. 1860s, so again, you know, late 1840s, late 1860s, about a good 20 years, you get this 500,000 pioneers coming across America, coming across the West to make their futures. And they're coming right through this area. This is where all the trails kind of intervene and come through this area and make these Oregon Trail ruts. Look at how well defined those ruts are. Those wagon wheels going through here from the Conestoga wagons. You know, they're outlined in metal usually, so they're digging into that rock, and you have so many wagons coming across that they're making these ruts into the rock. And they're still here today for you to come see. It's really cool. We're outside of Guernsey, Wyoming. Register Cliff is where, as the pioneers were coming across, they would carve their name into the cliff, name and date, so they can say, like, we were here. You can see there's a lot of grave sites along the way, and if you ever played that game Oregon Trail, you know that it was just hard to go across on the Oregon Trail. A lot of pioneers are gonna die of sickness, injury, drowning, and we bury them along the way. So there's grave sites that are kind of famous now along the way. But here we go, let's head up. So Register Cliff is on the outskirts again of Fort Laramie. As you're leaving Fort Laramie or on the Oregon Trail, heading west, you're gonna hit Register Cliff. It's one of the most prominent in many places along the Oregon Trail where immigrants would carve their name into the soft rock. There's more than 700 names. And the rock has a history to tell. At one time, names included dates as early as 1829 and one reportedly from 1797. both of which have been judged authentic, and they represent the first white people to pass by here, and mountain men involved in the fur trade. Many dates were placed at rocks after the decline of the Oregon Trail. Soldiers from Fort Laramie occasionally inscribed their names. They used this rock for inscribing their own marks. The Native Americans' pictographs are still visible. So let's go and look at Register Cliff.
There's a mockingbird sitting in a tree, and he sings his song while he's looking at me.
It's 1861. You can see U.S. Post J.W. Robb, 1857, right under like Coolidge, Ohio.
Look into these eyes of kindness and truth, and remember times of innocence and youth, like a little child who wants to be a man in a big bad world. He'll take it if he can.
But most of it looks modern. I don't know how many people stayed the night in here, but I'm sure there was a few. So here's our Oregon Trail Memorial marker. This is dedicated to the pioneers of Register Cliff, and it was placed here in 1932. So like I said, there's a mixture of modern, I see a lot of 1900s, but it's mixed in here with the older. I see 1802 right there. So you get a kind of a mix. 1802. And some of these have been authenticated. You know, you can actually look on registry.com and actually see where people had actually been here. It's a great way to track people, especially if you're into genealogy. But what a neat monument to the people on the Oregon Trail. What a neat way to commemorate their crossing, what they were doing, and to memorialize them. It's just a great part of American history. It still stands here for you today. You can come take a look at it and just see all the people who have been here at one time and carved their name into the rock.
His song is still the same that he sings at night, calling to his dear. It's a lullaby that only she can hear.